Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. We are going to have some fun today. Um, Today, we're going to do something very different. And it's something I've been wanting to do on my channel for a little while. And what we're going to be doing today is exploring an art style. So we are going to be exploring Art Nouveau. So with just regular supplies and making either A9 or 5x7 cards, but in an Art Nouveau inspired way. I'm sure many of you are inspired by it, and I know when I look at cards, sometimes I see it, but we're going to be a bit more intentional about it. I'm pulling it up on my phone for any of those who may not know right offhand what I'm talking about. So let me bring my phone up. But this is the style that I'm talking about of Art Nouveau, which is originated in France. And I mean, um, we see it in architecture. It's not just in paintings. It was most prominently used in posters and printmaking. But there you see it. It was also used very widely in architecture as well. And sometimes you can just buy printables that are very much Art Nouveau. These are Art Nouveau. Um, they weren't sold that way on Etsy, but they are. Those are Art Nouveau, similar to what you'd see here. Now this is Etsy, and you know, you can find all kinds of art inspired by it. We are going to do something more like this. We're going to case it ourselves. I'm going to use a lot of dies probably today, but you don't have to use dies. So depending on what you have to play with and what you have available to you, use. But I'm going to go through all these supplies. So the first part of this video is going to be me explaining my choices, and we're gonna make some cards. Okay, so I did pull printables. These two, again, are very much Art Nouveau. Now these aren't, but I think we can make them Art Nouveau. I like that they're full figures from head to toe. That was one of the things I really wanted, and I love these figures. I've already made some really magical cards with these before, but I thought those would work. Something you don't commonly see, but these are colored and very much remind me of Art Nouveau, would be birds. So if you're not into people, you could do something like birds, but I think a focal point is always needed, like one strong focal point. This reminded me of Art Nouveau. Again, I'm just going over like why I kind of chose these pieces. Hi, Norma. Hi, Lana. Hey, Jessica and Jackie. Good morning, good morning. Or afternoon, or evening. Good to see you. Good to see you all. I thought these were very Art Nouveau. And again, these are probably supposed to be like mirrors, like hand mirrors and things. Art Nouveau, once it hit the scene, then you would see it like in molding around houses. You would see it in like women's accessories. You would see it. It was an art style that just kind of took over. It influenced everything. I thought that these could really, something like this could really work well. And then I grabbed these unicorns as a focal point because I thought it would be really fun and a different take on Art Nouveau to have like these girls with their unicorns. So I thought, well, that would be a lot of fun too. So focal point wise, I've got the unicorns and I've got the girls and the birds. Okay, so let me move those all over to my other table next to me. So those are going to roughly be our focal points today. Now, where I really had a lot of fun pulling things for these is with my dies. My dies have been kind of neglected in my art for a while, just to be fully transparent and honest. I have neglected my dies for a long time, but I do love them. Okay, so that is unrelated. I liked this wild and free sentiment, and it could definitely go on an Art Nouveau card. I didn't sort these. Let me sort these a little bit real quick. And I'll check in with y'all. Hi, Cheryl. How you doing? Good to see you this morning. Okay, so just sorting these out a little bit. Okay. So now diving into my dies, y'all might think, oh boy, Art Nouveau, am I going to have to go buy something? Hopefully not. I really feel like card making is perfect for the Art Nouveau style because we have so many things to play with. You could use embossing folders. I just showed you printables. And especially if you type Art Nouveau in Etsy, Art Nouveau junk journal, Art Nouveau digitals, printables, that will clip art. You would spend days having things to source and look at. But I think too, we should think about what we already have. I think these dies, now this is really kind of unusual, but depending on your color choices, this would make a great background, like starting point. This is one Color Block Southwest, is what this is called, from Spellbinders. Any of your frames, I think, would really be great. So I pulled up these because the girls typically would have like a circle behind them. They would have a frame that is behind them, directly behind them. So I think your frame dies could definitely work for this as well. One of the things that I want to do is create a section on the card because there would usually be these broken up sections. Aw, good morning, Cheryl. Happy Monday. Hi, Maritza. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Hey, everyone. Hi, Sala. I just came to say hello. Oh, you're at the doctor's office waiting for your daughter. Well, I hope it's just a checkup and she's doing fine. Oh, here's two more that I thought would be great behind the girls, right? Our framed focal points behind the girls. A lot of these are from TLC Designs. I don't know if they're still around. I honestly haven't checked. Very affordable dies. And I liked my favorite dies of theirs were these frames. So there's those. Now, details. Okay, I'm using this for my sections. Okay, but you think also with Art Nouveau, think kind of stained glass is what I always think of. But then there's always detail. There's so much detail all around them. So let me pull this inspiration piece back up like this. So here's what I'm talking about with the frames behind the lady, and then there's detail everywhere. And it's kind of broken up in these sections, if you will. If you take an image, if you're casing something, maybe what you can do sometimes is think about them in sections and layers. I can already see how I would make this as a card maker with my dies, with my focal point, you know, having a sentiment or a banner, and then think about layering things. So I really liked this one. But here's another one. Now see right here why I chose something like this. Is a very common, the arch is very common throughout Art Nouveau. That's why you see it in architecture, the arches. Can you imagine walking through that door? Can you see it? Oh my gosh. With the butterfly wings, like that's so Art Nouveau. Isn't that amazing? But arches, here's another one, a different place. Very big repeating pattern to find an Art Nouveau. Look at this. There's some magical places to visit, you guys. So that's why this felt like it had to be a part of the conversation here, and a part of the card foundation, because um, it's such a repeating pattern throughout. So let's keep going. Oh, swans. You always see swans. Um, so detail. Let's pull this girl up. See, now this has got like all of the horoscope, the astrological signs behind her. I pulled up the bubble and the stars because I knew I would need detail layering behind our girl. Okay, leaves are always very popular. Here's like a moon in case we wanted um, something kind of celestial. Here's some repeating patterns. Any kind of nesting dies would totally work for Art Nouveau. I just thought this one really fit the bill as far as just the shapes. So if you didn't have frames, don't worry. You can make a frame with any nesting die in any shape that you want. I thought this with the curves and everything was very reminiscent of what we're going for today. So it's just a gorgeous style, and I hope that like by me showing you all these ideas and supplies, you can see probably in your own stash where you have what it takes probably right there. Here's an older set from Close to My Heart, and it has these little frames and you stamp inside of them. But I thought even these, if you on a more basic piece of paper, but and then you stamp on it, I thought that could be very Art Nouveau. So be very open-minded when you're going through whatever you have. And if you don't have anything and you're just getting started, I always point people, instead of buying all this expensive dies and stuff, I point you directly to printables, directly to Etsy, print the stuff up, see if you even like it. I think it's the best way to get started. I thought these flowers would be perfect. So maybe you don't have a lot of dies, but you have a lot of stamps. And these were in my die section. But even if we don't use the petals, but we could, just look through your stamps and maybe you have some really cool, like really detailed petals or things. And then you can pick any theme you want. So I pulled these Tim Holtz to talk about themes, but then also I had my phone handy to talk about themes as well. So we just saw the one with the astrological signs. Look how moody she is. She's pretty moody. This one, circles. See all the circles? So even if you just have circle punches, different kinds of paper, and then look again, the arch. The arch is it's all the rage with Art Nouveau. But yeah, you could do, I think it'd be fun to do an Art Nouveau set that is on the Four Seasons or something like that. Okay, so this is where we're going today. This is what we're up to. This is what we're being inspired by. I want to go back up here. This one's real simple, so if you're a clean and simple person, you could take a lot of inspiration from this one. To me, it doesn't look like it's finished. It looks like an unfinished work. For Art Nouveau, I would think that the blue would all be filled in and potentially the white as well. But it's just a simple version. Nothing's wrong with that. I really like this vibe right here. So that was our inspiration, a little art introduction and inspiration for us. So, details. I thought this window die was a really cool detail to put in one of the cards. So, when you're going through, you know, you might Google it first, get some inspo, and then go through your things. You could do a cinema. So, instead of the other things that I was showing you, like you could put like this wheel behind it, and it could be like a cinema. You could have the top and bottom frame, the card with like this strip here, and it could be like a cinema theme. I thought this was very Art Nouveau with this doily piece here, the butterflies, these pieces here, the banner. I just looked at this and I was like, well, that's instantly could be Art Nouveau right there. You could do a travel version. You could have the globe behind her, which we might do a travel. I'm not sure yet. And then these letters are very Art Nouveau. They would fit perfectly in Art Nouveau style. And then you could do steampunk or something with all the gears. I think the gears would make fabulous detail to go behind, even if you don't use this pocket watch, but you just pull the little pieces. So when you're going through your stash, think about that. But it might be nice to have, you could do a theme on time. I think time would be a great Art Nouveau theme. Okay, so that's my brain. That's my brain on Art Nouveau. Let me say hi to everyone here. Her ankle is swollen. You have no clue why. Probably just twisted it or something. Yeah, she's really young, so she might not even remember doing it. I know, that door frame, incredible. Mary's over in Philly. Going to the Phillies baseball game tomorrow. Oh, you visited the Philadelphia Art Museum yesterday. Good. I'm glad you're having a chill day today. It sounds like something you would need. So, Mary, you went to the art museum yesterday, and I did one of my favorite pastimes, and I'm committing myself to doing it as like a self-care thing. And that I used to spend a lot of time going to galleries and museums, and I don't anymore. And I really need to make it regular. But even if I can't make it, which yesterday I couldn't, it was Father's Day. I worked 6 hours, and then we had all these Father's Day things going on. I took an art history. I took a deep dive into art history, which is where I even came up with being like, yeah, let's dig into Art Nouveau because it's very card making friendly, very junk journaling friendly. So let's do it. Let's get started, you guys. I need to pick a theme. I had not picked a theme, but we do have these. Let's go to our focal points first, okay? So the focal points that I did pick were these girls. Oh, they're so good. So this would be a music theme, music and moon, a lunar musical theme. We have the birds, very beautiful. And then we have the unicorns. So let's go ahead and pick a couple of focal points. I really like her. She just reminds me of my daughter. So I'm probably going to pick her. But I also like the solo unicorns. I like her as well. I wish that unicorn's horn was complete. I kind of like that these are complete. This one is almost complete, That's another reason why I was leaning towards her. They're all great. Like, how do you pick one, really? Um, so I just think that this would work composition wise to have like circles behind her and it all fit on a card. So let me cut her out. I love it too. Um, but yeah, so I want to start. It just rejuvenates me so much. When I was in school, in middle school, well, I actually had the same art teacher in both middle school and high school. But she made you learn art history. The first 20 minutes of every class was art history, except for Friday. Friday, we got to just do art from beginning to end of class, but Monday through Thursday, well, on Friday, we'd have to take a quick quiz. But yeah, I learned so much about art from taking her class. I wish everyone had art history. It's it's just amazing. Again, I'm all about the stories. So if you were in my live the other day, we talked about like how I love to read biographies. I love stories and storytelling. And so for me, art history was really fascinating because of learning all about the artist, how they, some of them created a style. I mean, I don't know what it is about the French, but kudos to the French. They're very, I guess they're very just free thinking, and they have created so many of our art styles were born in France. Impressionism, um, and so many. It's really quite fascinating. So yeah, it was invigorating. Some of my favorites are um, like Claude Monet, and I love the Impressionist and Post-Impressionist. I can't help it. That's what I love. But I also love like folk art, and I'm not contemporary art. It's a mixed bag with me. Um, but I do I do see the value in it. Some I can really relate to, and some not so much. Same with modern contemporary art. That's it's a mixed bag on whether I feel inspired or just like meh. Um, but yeah, I do. I'm more surrealism again is kind of mixed for me. Um, but I always lean heavily to the impressionism. I like realism a lot too. If we go further back than the impressionist, I think the realism was a major movement. The way art transitioned from an aristocratic form to the people. When that shift goes from it being something to record the aristocrats to something of being in a pasture with cows and the farmer, and the realism of life that we all live, like how dynamic, how rebellious, how beautiful. So, yeah. If we go further back, for me, it's realism that I enjoy. And of course, we have our modern marvels of photography and digital art. obviously, I'm a huge digital art fan in my work. I've been thinking about submitting my work and the art contest at work. And I keep like kind of almost talking myself out of it because I use a lot of digital art. And, so many people are like so against AI and digital art. And so it's like, oh gosh, I don't feel like being challenged about it. I could see myself being challenged and not wanting to be dealing with that, having that conversation. But I guess it's an important conversation to have. I'm not against it. I'm not against being challenged and having difficult conversations, but I'm going to even cut out this little birdie down here, and then we're going to cut out the unicorn. This is probably most time-consuming part of today's cards is the fussy cutting, really, because then we're going to grab my die cutting machine and do a bunch of die cutting. I'm just going to make these 2 cards. I don't think it'll take too long. This is not going to be a super long live. I woke up really late and got to get other things done. I'm going to try to cut back on having the super long lives. We'll see how that goes. Okay, there she is in all of her songbird glory. I love that this one has songbird on her skirt. So there she is. You saw some nice Art Nouveau at the Philadelphia Museum. How cool. Yeah, to see it in person, Mary. And the atmosphere, the lights in a gallery or museum where your sole purpose is to go and be a sponge and soak up the beauty of art and the beauty of expression. Isn't that awesome? I love gallery spaces, and yeah, I just love it. I got to be an art handler for just for like a year and a half, but it was so awesome getting to steward the art and hang the shows and I'd hang the gallery shows, and that was so fun. So fun. My house is very much, I'm decorated in a gallery style kind of everywhere because I have so much artwork that I have collected over the years and made and bought. And so we, like, every wall is kind of a gallery wall in my house. I'm going to get to a point where I have to curate my home. Like, I have to switch out the the artwork. Okay. Now, let's think next. Okay, so there's going to be layers, right? We've got our focal point. And put these little bird and star away so they don't get lost. Okay. Now we have to think about okay, so this is kind of photography. It's made to look like a photograph. So I kind of like the idea of going with photography for this one. So let's use those 2 together. And I kind of like the world, maybe she is, envisioning performing and going on a tour and traveling with her music. So we could do the travel with the globe for her. I like that idea. Thank you, Mr. Holtz. Okay, so we're good there. The gears might still be cool. We'll see. That is a detail thing. Both of my girls definitely need at least one of them, but probably both of them will have the arched backgrounds. Okay, and I'm going to pick the biggest one out of here. Oh, I've got this double bagged for some reason. So let's pick the biggest one because I think it's the only way it's going to be seen. Yes. So we'll need to cut a couple of those. Hey, Maddie. Hi, Paula. Oh, there's a bunch of William Morris wallpaper there. How neat. Mary, one of my best friends, who we actually worked in the same gallery together, is how we met 15 years ago. She ran one and like curated and ran one of the museums there in Philadelphia. It's a historical museum. Oh gosh, what was it called? She just stepped down and moved to take care of her mother in another state. But yes, she worked and curated a museum there in Philly for the last like 5 years, 6 years. So that one's pretty cool. I don't know if we'll use that one. So now I'm looking for, I don't think we'll use it because we're going to put the globe and this big piece here. Let's grab this moon. I think this moon would be really great to go behind Songbird. The other girls have moons and I love that. So I'm going to borrow this one and use it. You know, she is Songbird, and here's a hoot owl. Well, I'm saying it's a hoot owl. We might be able to add that owl into it. Just taking a look here how this guy cuts out. Okay. Yeah, we might do the face. We'll see. We'll see what time allows, but okay, we've got the globe, I think that's enough detail. So we've got our details. She's going to have an arch behind her. I think we're good on all of that. I brought this leaves out. We haven't pulled them out yet, but I was thinking in my head, oh good, I already have some pre-cut, that these would go around the arches of one of the cards. And I'm kind of thinking this one. See, this can go, can I do the other side? Yes. These can go something like this around the arches of the card. And then we could even put this down here. I'm so shaky today. There we go. Yes, these ended up being perfect. Okay, so we'll have those. I don't even have to die cut that. That was a etched laurel leaves from Simon Says Stamp 2020. If you're looking for those. This was that other one. This would maybe be great for the insides of the cards. I always like to think about the inside. I don't think, well, we might still use this one, but I don't think we're going to need the bubbles. And I also don't think, because of the choices that I've already made, that I'll need these frames. But now, after we've looked at all of those examples, you can see why I pulled these. But I don't think we'll need them. And I also don't think we'll need this piece. Does the Globetrotter want it? I don't think so, but let's just kind of line some things up. Let's see if it'll even fit. Okay, so we're gonna have this. No, there's no point in doing all that fiddly piecing. You won't even see it really. So this is a no. The only way that would work is if maybe I cut this out of acetate. If I cut this out of acetate, then it would be kind of cool because this would all show. And then we could fill in. Oh, that's potential. That has potential. Okay. Well, let's get to die cutting. Said I didn't think this would take long, but this may be a long project. I hope not. I gotta go. Okay, so you know what? She may be. Let's take care of the unicorn first because I think she'll be the fastest. Our songbird has a lot of detail. So I'm gonna put her off to the side and bring out my die cutting machine. Don't forget about embossing folders for a project like this. If you have embossing folders, I think they would be perfect too. Okay, so here's the beauty here. We've already got this much done. Got to put that to the side. And now all I want from here is the wheel and the framed this will go pretty quickly, I think. No. Who's doing a, and hi Dawn. Who's doing a gel print postcard challenge? That sounds fun. Hey, hey Rebecca, how you doing? Hi Shay, good morning. Okay. And paper. You guys, I'm just a couple of people away from 12,000 subscribers. That is just insane to me. My son said he was going to come on, and this lines up somehow. I just don't know how. He said he was going to come on and do a live with me at 10,000, and then he never did. So I was talking to him yesterday, and I was like, because I was just trying to get him to come on with me and do a card making or art video with me. And he's like, well, where are you at? And I was like, I don't know, let me look. And I was like, oh, well, I'm almost at 12,000, so you could come on for my 12,000. And he's like, okay, when you get to 12,000, then I'll come on. So last night I was like, well, guess what? I'm almost there. I don't think he was expecting that. Oh, there we go. I knew it lined up somewhere. So thank you guys. What a treat. What an honor it is to spend my time with y'all and to have you support my channel. Every time someone likes a video, that makes a big difference for a channel. They'll suggest the video to more people if they see more likes. Yay. And just, it means so much just to hang out with y'all, spend time with you. I know you could be anywhere, spending your time with anyone, and the fact that you hang out here with me and spend time with me is an honor and a blessing. So thank you guys. I'm trying to keep up with my pieces here, you guys. Don't think I need those. Trying to stay a little bit organized. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna grab scraps for this next die. Might as well use these skinny scraps that I have for this one. Thanks, Kimmy. Hey, Kimmy. Oh, hey. Crafting and relaxing's with us. How are you doing? I want to hang out with you. You've got to go, if you like junk journaling, card making, and like real crafters, which I particularly love, please go hang out with Crafting and Relaxing. Just realness and you know, she's like me, you get a mixture. Yes, I actually try to bang things out of the die before I grab my pokey tool, even though I have a gorgeous pokey tool from Miss Gloria. I still just try to beat them out of the die first. I know. Too bad we don't live near each other. Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. I want to live next door to all of y'all. That's like a dystopian dream. All crafters living in a certain area. No, it's best that we're spread out, you know? That way everybody gets a happy little crafter next door. We need to be spread out. The world needs more card makers and paper crafters and junk journalers. If we were all in one place, they would be missing out. I mean, sure, it'd be great for us, but everybody else would be missing out. We would make real big messes, girlfriend. You know it. Yeah, I make a big mess all by myself. I can't blame it on anybody but me. Okay, there's that one. All right, so this die set's done. I do need an arched panel. And gotta decide, because again, I didn't pre-pick my theme for this. So I kind of have to decide what kind of color, what's going to be in the arches. You guys want to give me ideas. So we're doing the unicorn with the film strips because it was in a photography style, with the photo viewer and flowers, but I feel like I still need some other kind of detail. This fit on here? Shucks, almost. Well, maybe. I think we can make it work. Grab some tape. I don't think my die cutting machine is going to like this pass very much. I'll tell you why, in case y'all don't know. With this being a straight edge, I'm going to try to turn it, even if it's just ever so slightly, which is all it's going to be. But when it comes to that roller, the roller right here, it does not like things bumping into it like this. It likes things easing into it, is the best way I can describe it. So when you're die cutting, if you can angle a straight line like this, even if it's just a little, your die cutting machine will appreciate you. See, and you won't get like a big bump. There's one. I'm gonna go ahead and while I'm doing this, cut out my next one for the songbird card. Oh, that tape is on there. Grab another piece. Just do it this way this time. We'll do it this way. Oh yeah, we were gonna do, I think we're gonna do this one actually out of acetate. That's right, that's right. That card's probably gonna be done another time, y'all. I don't see myself having the time to do both, because the other one's gonna have a lot more detail. than this one. I'm just going to move the die cutting machine for now. Let's pull out our pieces again. I'm thinking of this being down at the bottom. I don't know if I'll need both of these, but we could always layer them to make it more dimensional. Also an option. Okay, then we have her. Okay. And then we have these flowers. How about I stencil the background? That will add more detail to, that'll add more detail. Well, that came off of something. I don't know what. Hi, Ann. Hi, Faith Star. This is your first time watching. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're hanging out and making Art Nouveau inspired artwork. Let's use this one. This reminds me very much of Art Nouveau. And I think I'll grab my lunar paste. Let's use this one. This one is Roar. I really need to use my lunar paste more. Okay, bye-bye. There we go. Now, I know a lot of this isn't going to show, but that's just, we just have to do it anyways. You can't worry about covering pieces up and things not, like how much of this is going to show or how much of that's going to show. I think enough of it'll show that it'll be worth it. And I'm just going to do one color. I'm going to keep this card very monochromatic, I think. Initially, that's what I'm saying anyways. So Sarah, what do you got going on your channel? What are you up to? Do you do lives? I mean, most of the time I see you, you kind of do real time most of the time. Most of what you share is really more your journey. I think we have that in common. You're not really tutorial based. You're more like, hey, this is what I made this week. This is what my craft room looks like. I need to clean it up. These are the projects I'm working on. These are the kits I'm working with. You're more journey like me versus tutorial. Content creator, that's what I think anyways. Maybe that's the stuff of yours that I watch the most. There's always, she's a very calming spirit. I'm talking again about crafting and relaxing. You do lives on your member side. Ah, I see. Yes. I remember you talking about that. Now it's coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. Lunar paste dries pretty quickly, but I am laying it on thick. I want the dimension, and I also want it to be very opaque. This, in case people don't know, is a makeup, like a mask, you know, like cucumber mask kind of thing that you put on your face. That's what they're made for, is to smooth the mask on your skin. but it's a silicone brush, and it's all I use for Mod Podge, lunar paste, any kind of paste, anything that I don't want to mess up my art brushes with. You can wait for this to dry and easily peel it off. In fact, here's what I love about it. I don't have any dirty brushes because they're so easy to clean. I mean, the handle gets dirty, but they're just so easy to clean. You can peel off stuff, you can wipe it off very easily, and I don't ruin any of my precious paint brushes. Because to me, even if they're not expensive, even if they're cheap, they're still precious. Having a clean paintbrush that's not filled with gunk is a very nice thing. All right, let's peel this up and move it over. Of course, we're not going to see that sunburst, but isn't that nice? Very Art Nouveau, if I do say so myself. Finding a safe place to land that stencil. Clean up my desk and read your comments. I'm not getting as far behind. I'm not going to let it happen. I'm going to keep up with you guys. By golly. Jessie, how you doing? Did I say hi to you? I don't think so. We need to spread that crafting love, KB. Yes, we do. And good morning or afternoon. Don't know where you were. Oh my goodness. Oh, my puppy, or my mom's puppy, won't go out without my mom anymore, because when she first got her, she was just teeny tiny and she didn't want her like slipping through the fence and getting away and stuff, and now she just doesn't even want to go outside without her. Or if I'm watching her, she doesn't want to go outside without me. Okay. This is kind of wild, but I'm thinking about doing like Villainous Potion purple on this piece. I want it to be bold. I know I said monochromatic, but whatever. We just have to go with our instincts, don't we? Wilted Violet would also be really pretty. Here's Villainous Potion. I also have Seedless Preserves. Let's get these two out. I don't know if I can do monochromatic. I don't know. I can. It's just real hard because I like color. Which, of course, monochromatic can be color, but still, it's just a little bit difficult for me. Oh my gosh, this was the right choice. And I'm going to just do a little bit of both because I can't pick. Again, not barely any of this is really going to show. But what does show, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. I need a baby wipe. Hey, Desiree. We're doing Art Nouveau over here. You guys, Zentangle is back on Desiree's channels. I love her Sunday videos. There's no voice. She has this really nice music that always plays. And I love that it's always the same music because it's like, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's time. And so yay, Desiree, I really enjoyed it yesterday. And you had those teeny tiny tiles. It's just like little bitty. I like also that you post it early enough in the morning that I can kind of start my day with it. You know, I'm early to rise. But somehow that video is always up before I am. And I kind of like to just start my day with it. I'm going to heat this a little. This is on the lowest setting just to speed it up. Give it a little nudge. It's humid here today. We're going to have some rain off the Gulf Coast. So in a normal environment, lunar paste dries really quickly. And Central Texas, when a storm's coming in off the coast, not so quickly. Environmental elements matter. Now, next decision to make is, will these leaves stay white or will they be colored? I'm not sure. Not looking to dry it completely, but we're gonna set it off in the right direction here. I did layer, after all, I did layer that pretty thick on there. Okay, and we've got this. Now this film strip here, I want to make this black, and I only need to color one of them because I'm going to stack them on top of each other. You have to do different brushes, you guys, for Distress ink versus Distress oxide. They are not interchangeable. It's an important thing to note. One thing that I love is that Tim has the Distress ink with the black base and the Distress oxide with the gray, so that's really nice. This is, I only have 2 or 3 actual Distress ink because it's just dye ink. And Desiree had sent me the scrapbook dye ink from scrapbook.com. So but I have nearly, not all, but nearly all of the Distress oxides. The Distress oxides have a mixture, it's a blend between pigment and dye ink. And that's why you can't use the same brush. So just a little FYI for you. Okay. Make a mess, clean the mess, make a mess. I think that's how it goes. Oh, I'm not putting anything in them, Paula. I don't think I am. I did actually at one point, I don't know where it is, try to shrink this digital kit down small enough actually to fit in these. I have already tried that for a different project and I was unsuccessful. It's like, this is really small. This is 3/4 of an inch long by not even half an inch wide. So I don't know. But now you got me thinking. Okay, so this is gonna go back here. Let's see if this is dry enough to play with yet. I'm gonna stick my finger in it. Yeah, it's pretty, yeah, that's pretty dry. I can play with it at least. Some thicker areas may need a little more heat. Let me heat it just a tad bit more. You want to be careful with lunar paste, like it will bubble if you get it too hot. So that's why I'm using the lowest setting here. But it's pretty dry. I just had it really thick in a couple of areas. A little goopy. So just err on the side of caution here. All right. Let's get a visual on this again, shall we? So this girl, and I can always trim her down a little if I want, like that. And then I can, you know, cut off her skirt some. Okay, I need to decide if I'm going to color these leaves or if I'm gonna leave them white. That's the next decision I need to make. And I guess that depends on my card base. Like if I put this on a black card base, the white could look really interesting and really pop. And I did initially like it being over her. Originally, it worked a little better with her higher up. Let's just bump things up a little bit, because it kind of covered her skirt on the edges, which I liked. Okay, let me grab some card bases here. I'm going to start with a 5x7. I have this gold color. I have a green. Okay. Oh, I wonder that was so thick. That was 2 of them. Okay. I have a maroon. I don't know if I'm going to like it on any of those, but they were just what were handy. I don't mind the maroon, actually. Something like this. I actually really kind of like that maroon. Hi, Linda Veal. How are you? Hi, Trudy Jenkins. How are y'all doing? I don't like it on the green at all. And I don't really like it on the yellow. Okay. We can try white. We can try black. I just had those sitting there. And I do like the maroon. I don't know why, but I do. The white definitely pops on the maroon, so then I wouldn't even have to I wouldn't need to paint these. And now my brain is thinking, if I keep it on the maroon, I might do some gold leafing around the edges. Let's try that. For my gold leafing, I'm gonna grab this double-sided tape. And just kind of put it on here like so. I'll just fold it back on itself. I'm not too worried about like it being straight or even. I am kind of getting that straight and even vibe, but I wasn't necessarily wanting that. Oh good, it's not too straight. Okay. Fill in a gap or two. All right. I keep trying to We keep trying to convince my husband that we want another dog, but he's responsible. He knows. He knows what's best. We really don't need another dog, but we just want one. I don't know. I'm starting to see our dog age, and it just makes me sad. And I love the idea of having another one that she can help us train, and you know, she would have that companionship. She's got her sister cousins next door, but she's special. She has special health issues and things like that, so she's kind of costly. And I think that's why my husband's like, you know, as it is, we never know what she's going to bring to the table. I was reaching for this and I found this. We may end up using that. Okay. Time to get real messy up in here. I'm going to get my splat box out. That gem that I just found. Go for the purple. Yeah. I gotta catch up. Hey Yvette. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. This, yes, Tim Holtz is such a good salesman that he sold me a cardboard box. That's right. I also bought all of the new Distress Spritz because should be not allowed to watch that man. He could sell me a heater in the middle of a Texas summer. It's unfair and it's awesome. And I know I won't regret it, so whatever. Whatever, Tim. But yeah, I literally bought the man's cardboard box. I also bought his scraps recently. And the ideology release. So yeah. So I'm just taking this gold leaf now. And I've got the mixture, which I'm really loving this. It has a few different metal colors in it. Gold, copper, silver, bronze. It's all in here. Just kind of fun. And you get a mixture, a very diverse result. Now this is messy because the flakes fly. I don't know if Red Bull gives you wings, but these things certainly do. These things they fly. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was live with y'all Saturday, and as soon as we hung up from our live, I called my mom and I was like, okay, let's go get your tires. And she's like, well, let's not go get my tires. I'm going to an art show and I found a place where you can sell your journals and stuff. And I'm going there. And I was like, oh, okay, even better. So I think in July, I'm going to have a booth, in-person booth, which I always love, taking my stuff to craft fairs and art shows, because I like the general public's feedback. I like seeing what people will spend their money on. What will they buy? How do they respond? That's one way I kind of became a 5x7 card maker, is because the general public likes 5x7 cards so much. I got away from clean and simple, really because it didn't suit me, but also the general public, when they're spending their money, don't really buy clean and simple. I found they like detail. They like the layers. Anyways, it's just really insightful to see where people put their money, and as far as the things that I make. and I like engaging with them. I like finding homes for the stuff that I've made and sits in boxes. And I already have a year's worth of stuff that I made. I have 4 plastic tote boxes of things I made last year that are ready for the fair, so I don't have to do anything to prepare. I don't have to, but guess what? I'm going to. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's a really neat atmosphere too. Like, it's a really cool place. So super excited. Okay. Hopefully that is a result that we end up liking, because it's done now. Just swipe all that. Swipe or no swiping, except for in the craft room. All right. Probably will have to put something behind there. Okay, yeah, I like that gold around the edges. That was a good one. Good move, good move. Okay, we're getting so close. I do now think I want something in the strip, even if it's just like ornate flowers on white, again, to kind of pop. So that's what I'm thinking. Fonda, welcome. First time catching me. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. Oh, I was giving my husband a big hug yesterday, cuddling with him on the couch, watching a travel food show, and my dog got so jealous. She's like, not without me. No family hugs without me. Little sweetie. Okay, she's not little, big sweetie is what I should say. All right, let me grab real quick just some ornate flower stamp. Easier said than done, but surely I'm getting there. This one will work. I'll fix that drawer later. Let's use these. I was wanting something ornate like that, but I also grabbed these. And I grabbed postage stamps. So let's make a little strip to go in that film strip on white. Let me grab a scrap. These are just the cutoffs from being a 5x7 card maker. Okay, and I'm just going to cut a little strip that goes in here. I think the white will really help kind of bring it all together. So about like that, that's what we need. Okay, so you go over here. All right. Desiree, I love your fat cat. I think his name is Max. Is his name Max, or am I just making that up? He is so fat and awesome. I have a thing for fat cats, y'all. He's big. He's not just fat. And I know he's fluffy. No offense to any body conscious cat owners, or cats out there who may be listening in your mommy's lap. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's from growing up on Garfield. Flo, how you doing, sweetie? Yes, throw those thumbs up. That would be wonderful. Okay, I cannot get this off, so whatever. I'm just going to bend this back and stamp it because I can't get the plastic off. I don't know where this set's from. I think it came in Happy Mail from one of my lovely friends out there. I don't have any packaging. I don't know where it's from. But, ooh, that's a little not as defined as I wanted, which is probably more my fault as a stamper. Yeah, that is not what I was going for. So, no. This is what I was going for, what just stamped off on my acetate. All right, I'm not loving that. Let me close this up. I'm also, something is wrong with this ink. I don't know if it's the stamp now or the ink. Let's take a look. Oh, maybe that'll be okay. That'll be okay. I can live with that. I need to put this into timeout. That is in crafty timeout officially. I'm grabbing the wilted violet again. We'll add maybe some writing with the wilted violet. Did y'all all have a good day yesterday? I sure hope so. I know, Maddie. I prepped for craft fair for so long, and then you know what I did? I did an in-person class instead, the same weekend that I normally do my craft fair. I had this craft fair that I did, and it's the same weekend every year, but only one weekend a year. And then I planned that crafty in-person session with my friends, which was awesome and totally worth it. And missed my craft fair. So yeah, I've got the stuff. It's made, it's ready. And it's so cool because they open this, I think it's open for new exhibitors twice a month, and for everyone else, let me tell you about it. It's really cool. It's in an old high school in a small town nearby. And they still have all the class photos from like the 50s up on the walls. And each classroom is a different vendor's booth. And then they have a restaurant just outside and a bed and breakfast across the street. It's really cool. It's in like a historic area of this little small town. And it's a place that people go, like, obviously. I mean, I sure hope so. But yeah, it's kind of like a destination, a fun little kind of destination spot. Okay, I think we have done it. Let's just put this card together now, and then I'll let you guys go, and I'll go be a responsible adult, do my thing. But yeah, I'm super stoked. But I'm also I'm also glad it's in July because I am kind of also preparing for this art show at work. So I still have time to prepare for that. I already have a bunch of stuff made, so I don't have to make anything, but I want to make a couple of things. It's not a waste that I'm putting this behind there. I want it to really be popped up. I guess I could just pop it up with another piece of paper and save this die cut. Maybe it was a waste. Okay. Where's that strip of paper? There it is. We'll just put another one of these back there. course, this is unnecessary, but I just kind of want it to be, I want this strip to be really dimensional for whatever reason. I don't have a reason. It's just what I want to do. There we go. Okay. Now. Ooh, I just thought of something else we'll add, but let's put the card together and we'll see if we add it, but we might add it. Okay. And I am just going to keep these white. I'm going to make them flow along the edge of this piece. And yes, I'm going to lose the edges, but whatever. It'll be fine. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little exploration into Art Nouveau. If you missed it, please go back at the beginning of this video, because what I did is I walked you through a lot of supplies that you may have. We got tons of inspiration before we even started making this particular project. So if you don't like unicorns and you have no idea what I'm doing right now or what the concept is that I'm working with, go back to the beginning of the video. I think it'll be well worth your time to do so. And there's a lot of information and inspiration there for you. It's just waiting for you. It's just right there, the tip of your fingers. All right. Okay. Now this goes on top of that. She goes down here. Just as I suspected, I think I am going to trim off just a little bit of her dress, not too much. Try to do it in a straight line. No guarantees. Yeah, I think that was necessary. She got a little dust on her from hanging out on my desk. Okay, we'll put this down. I'm just going to glue the center and allow the edges to be popped up a little. By popped up, I just mean not glued down. Is that where that goes? Yeah, sure. That's where that goes. Move it down just a little bit. All right. Now she'll go right here. The flakes are so fun. You got mica flakes. Did you get the Tim Holtz ones that you can like dye different colors? They're like translucent. I've only used them once. Had to have them, but I've only used them once. But that's okay because they're in my stash and they're ready to, you know, can pull them out anytime. I love gold leaf. I love what it adds to a project. It just feels so special. Definitely Art Nouveau. Colors of this are so unique and different. Definitely not within colors that I would normally pick for a project. I don't sit down and think, maroon, let's do a copper and purple. But to me, it's working. It's doing its thing. It's working out. I have to decide now where I want this film strip. I think I want it down here in between the two. And then, let me move these out of the way. And then, I wanted to see if one of these would go. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if it's too big, but I like it. These are also, I think these are Sweet Pea Curiosity. I'm about 99% sure they are. And they're different quotes from different artists, and they're just different quotes about art. So these are Tolstoy. This is Leo Tolstoy. It says, art is not a handicraft. It is a transmission of feeling the artist has experienced. I like that. So yeah, we may put that there, but hold on. Ooh, I like this one too. Art is a framework of living. I like it because of Art Nouveau and the impact that Art Nouveau had on society, especially during its heyday. Art is a framework, a kind of living trellis of which public dreaming can take shape. I think that's the one I want, and that is by a woman named Elizabeth Janeway. Well, Elizabeth Janeway, kiss your brain. That is, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but I want this instead. Well, I mean, I know why, because I think that this quote very much works with Art Nouveau. Okay, so I am gonna have to add a couple little strips back here real quick, like, so that it can be at a higher, just need two, I think. So it'll be even with these two layers. Nothing fancy, and just add in a couple of thin strips of leftover cardstock back here. I don't love it when things aren't even. So I know it needs to be down here at the bottom of the quote. I don't love it when my layers are not even. They don't sit well on the card. After all this work, it's worth it to do a detail like this. You've already put all the work into the die cutting and everything. Okay. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice. Now this can go here. Sweet. That did it. That made me happy. That's what I wanted. Now it feels complete. Nice. Okay. This is the card. Yeah, I'll probably go in and trim off the excess. I do have a whole nother one to make. I'll probably just, I don't know what I'll do, make it on my own time and photograph it, share it on my Instagram. I'll try to share it within the community. That was thick paper. That was 3 or 4 pieces right there. Even my Tim Holtz scissors are struggling to cut that. Okay. Yep, like it just as much. It's okay that we trimmed it off. I think my daughter is going to love this card. think she'll get it and like it. Deborah! You bought them all too? Yeah. Yeah, sure did. I was like, give me the bundle. Because, like, you pick out a couple and then you're going to want the bundle anyways. Might as well just do it. Deidre, hey, darling. Hey, you and me and Emily and Letty need to get together. I was telling Emily that in my live on Saturday. I was like, hey, I want to get a hold of Deidre and us all craft together. So your ears must have been ringing. Yeah, I'll let you know, Deidre, because you could come hang out. You could come to the craft fair. It's in your neck of the woods. Gwen, hi. Happy retirement. I heard it through the grapevine of Mary Gunn. Happy retirement. Oh my gosh. Enjoy every minute you're on vacation. For like ever. So amazing. So let me see. I'm catching up to all of you guys. A responsible adult is overrated. Right, Flo? Oh gosh. Happy Place Crafting, good morning. And Ryan. Oh, thank you, dear. How are you? So yeah, makes you want to go and visit a folk art museum. Yeah, like couldn't you see this being like a concert poster for like Grateful Dead or Jimi Hendrix or somebody cool like that? Um, this definitely reminds me of uh, I don't know, Fleetwood Mac, somebody like that, you know, in that time, in that era, would have potentially used this for a concert poster, potentially. Just saying. So this is, you know, my take on Art Nouveau and a 5x7 card. There will be a songbird, but I couldn't get to her today. I had a feeling once we started doing this that Mrs. Songbird wasn't going to make it, but I am going to make another one. I think my arch will be with acetate. I'll have my songbird and a moon and this really cool background and a globe because she's going on a world tour. So she'll probably end up looking a lot like a concert poster too. But yeah, explore, you guys, explore your stash, what you have, and be inspired. Go Google Art Nouveau and then go through your stash and watch the beginning of this video if you missed it. And we went through all the inspiration there. And yeah, just see if it's something you like. We might have to put some sparkle hearts on this one, you guys. This is typical Bitty Penny Live. I'm like, yeah, and we're done. And no, we're not done because I found sparkle hearts and stars. These are from Michael's. When I saw this, I was like, yes, please. It's got all kinds of stars, which I love stars, and hearts. Stars and hearts. And metal colors. Different metal type colors. And for those who are newer around the block, well, welcome. And my daughter's nickname is Sparkle Heart. So anytime I see, trying to decide where, oh, I'm going to add them as a background. So I'm going to use those sparkle hearts as a background and fill in this area. I'll put a couple down here too. Ooh, that'll be cool. I don't think you can add too much to Art Nouveau. Okay, after this, really, I'm going, but we're going to tackle this first. Oops, I got two. Trying to see which way this heart goes. think I got it sideways. They're tiny. It's okay if it's sideways. I picked this image because she looked like my daughter. So it makes sense that the card wouldn't be done until we added sparkle hearts. I mentioned at one point in this live that young Z, my son, he's my my artsy guy. He's gonna come do a live with me. Well, I can't commit that he'll be in a live, but he's gonna do a video with me. Let's say that instead, because he may want to do a voiceover and edit and stuff like that. He's done that with me on my channel. It's been a couple of years, but he is a rad card maker when he wants to be. His Harry Potter card was epic. Tom Riddle's diary. I need more glue right there. Okay, let me just move down here. Almost done. This will be more fabulous when the glue dries. Okay, that's one spot needs a tad bit more glue. Okay. Gotta figure out where these went. They go here. There we go. Put those back in there. Don't mind the dusty lid. This sits at the very top of my desk. It's at the peak. There we go. It's dusted now. This craft room does not get dusted, okay? Let's not even, I'm not even trying to fool anybody. No. It should, but it doesn't. So this is what we've got. Bye, Cheryl. I'm heading out too, but I just had to add those sparkle hearts. It's hard for y'all to see. There we go. There we go. I'll have to do the inside of the card at some point. Not today, not right now. But I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. I love the results. I love the card and how it came together. It's very bold. She's got power. She's got power in her eyes and power in her style. So yeah, there we go. Man, it's always fun hanging out with y'all. I just want to hang out with y'all all day long, but I can't. I have to go adult now. Yep. It's what I must do. But man, this is so much fun. Love hanging out with you guys. Hope you enjoyed the inspiration for today, which is Art Nouveau, and how I used it to make a card. I will come back at some point and sharing this card. Mrs. Songbird. We'll see how she turns out. You guys go explore your stash, the things that you have, and make something fun, even if this is not what you're going to make. Just enjoy what you do make. And I'm going to do another live on Wednesday and Friday this week. And on Tuesday and Thursday, I'll have some edited videos out for you. So that's what I got. That's what we're doing. I love you guys so much. I will see you later. Gwen, it's your day off, babe. Enjoy it. To anyone else in retirement, enjoy it. It's so awesome. You earned it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.